Hi, so today I thought that I'll recommend you some really good books. I've tried to include books from almost every genre and for every age group, so hopefully you'll find something good for your taste. So here are some books which are really close to my heart, and I'll tell you why. The Enchanted Wood. My friend lent me this book. I was reading something really depressing and she was like, read this, but just stop reading that book. But I read that book anyway. Now back to the book. This book is really adorable. It's really magical and it is a perfect gift for your little brothers and sisters. It's perfect for you too if you are a little cuckoo in the head like me. Because honestly, I really wanted to go to these amazing lands above the enchanting tree. I like the land of birthdays. Hardy Boys. These books are the best. I went on a reading spree after reading these books. Actually, Hardy Boys were the novels which got me into reading long texts. Before this, my range was just short stories. Now, when I look back, I judge myself every single time for not starting to read these books earlier. The good thing about these books is that one book deals with one case, so you don't have to worry about being in a state of suspense waiting to buy the next book. The language is super easy. The plots are very interesting. I think the first book I read was Murder at the Mall. One of my good friends lent that book to me, and then gradually I developed a habit of reading. So basically what I'm trying to say is these books kind of hold a sentimental value for me. Despite this, I think you'll enjoy it. They're childish, but they're fun. If you want to read short stories, I will not recommend you anyone other than Anton Chekhov. He's brilliant. I love reading Anton Chekhov. I love him so much that I will solely consider learning Russian so that I can read his original work. Unfortunately, we have to read translations of his work. But those translations are amazing too. But that's something that makes me think that how great his real works would be. My favorite is The Bet, Lord of the Flies. If you want to read something sad, you should read Lord of the Flies. This book is just so realistic and the writing is amazing. But I must say that the writing is difficult, but I just love this book anyway. I remember that every time I would read just one chapter of this novel, I was so depressed that I'll switch to the Enchanting Woods to try to neutralize my mood. Like I said, it's an excellent sad read, very realistic and heartbreaking. But as a beginner, I would not recommend you this book because, well, it's for advanced readers. I think the language, the story, the realism will put a beginner off. So like I said, I won't recommend this novel to a beginner. But I gotta say, you need to expand your reading skills and mind to understand this one. So if you want to read a novella, you should read Call of the Wild by Jack London. This is also for advanced readers. However, I love this book. The language is what I fell in love with at first. Then I read it further. Something really unexpected happened in the book. I'm not going to tell you what happened because I don't want to spoil the novel if you're planning on reading it. That's when I fell in love with this book. I like this book mainly because I could relate to Buck so much. The very process of him losing his naive self and becoming worldly is heartbreaking and so relatable. I remember reading this one incident where I was like, please God, don't let this happen, don't let this happen. Again, not going to tell you what happened, because that will spoil the book. That thing happens, and I was about to burst into tears. Yeah, I cry for fictional characters. So what? Whatever, that incident was like the Net Geo documentary. Once you read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll love it. The book is just a perfect blend of happy and sad moments. The power of your subconscious mind. I've already made a review on this book, but I think this book is worth mentioning again. It's a great self-help book, really relaxing. I just like to read it before going to bed. It takes away all my negative thoughts and feelings. It's really satisfying reading this book. The language is very, very, very easy. I don't know what it is about this book, but I just can't put it down until I'm done reading it. You should read it. This book mainly talks about how if you keep thinking something in your mind, you can make it come true. Whatever you think for prolonged periods of time becomes reality because of the power of your subconscious mind. Just watch this review and judge this book for yourself. The Alchemist. This book is just really very inspiring. I really enjoyed reading this book. It's easy to read, but the book does get a little slow in the end. But other than that, I think it was really, really, really beautiful. The story is really very adventurous. I think it's the philosophy of the book that makes me fall in love with books. So I love the philosophy of this book. Second Sex. This book is something I've been longing to read for so long. It talks about how men are considered as the superior sex or the primary sex, and how women are considered to be the inferior sex or the second sex. Hence, the name of the book, The Second Sex. I'm not an extremist feminist, and I see feminism as a form of equality rather than inequality. Feminism holds a negative connotation for men and a positive one for women. But honestly, I think it's about creating equity among the deprived sections of the society. But anyway, I haven't read this book yet, but I have read a lot of extracts from this book. So I really think that this book will really broaden your perspective on the whole man and woman thing. Kite Runner. This book is really emotional. I read it a few years ago and cried. Trust me, when someone with a cold heart like me cries, it's emotional. The book is so moving. I mean, the hardships of life are really well expressed in this book. And before this book, I don't really think that I actually knew how wars affect people's lives. One more thing which I learned from this book was how our actions define the kind of person we are. Plus, this book is easy to read, it's sad, but I think you should read it. You won't be disappointed. Arms and the Man. This is actually a play. Don't go, listen. It's really very funny. I absolutely love reading G.B. Shaw. You should definitely read this. It's really very funny. And quite frankly, I think we need a little funny in our lives because of the lockdown. So let me tell you something about this play. This play is basically commenting on how romance and war are glorified for no reason. It's really funny, and it's very easy to read too. This play is a must-read play, and I'm in love with G.B. Shaw. I wish I could meet him. However, I don't know why nobody recommends this play, but trust me, it's really funny. I was assigned this book at school, and I remember when I came home from school, I opened this play around 2 p.m. and finished it till 5 p.m. I told my friend to read it, and then she read it. Then I remember us discussing the play on the phone, and I was telling her how I was enacting the characters the whole time. It was fun. It's an extremely dramatic play. It's sarcastic, which is why I love it. Hey guys, what's up? So I hope you found something interesting for you. I love all these books very much. I hope you do too. And if you got some book recommendations, be sure to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done reading it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Let me know what was your favorite part of the video, or which book I should review next, or just say hi, that's fine too. And above all that, everybody have an amazing day. I'll see you all next Monday.